in the NBA. Game of the night. The rivalry of this generation. It's Steph, it's LeBron, it's the Warriors, it's the Lakers. Statements being made. Alan, how does that go in? I mean, Steph Curry doing things that only Steph Curry can do.
This guy hits a shot full court from the tunnel. How does that go in?
Now, here's range. Look at him for days. Warriors a 16-point lead late in the half, and then final seconds of the half, it's Brandon Pajemski.
This play since Jimmy Butler got there.
He's been tremendous. In fact, last night, 22 points, 6 threes in the first half. Warriors by 13 at the break. But the fourth quarter, this one got good. The Warriors lead is 8. LeBron guarding Jimmy. Close. Butler knocks it in. He had 11. Warriors by 11. But these teams would start trading haymakers down the stretch. Shams, how about LeBron from deep for 3?
He had probably his best game since returning from that groin strain. He said last night he felt the best he's felt since that. It's a soft tissue injury. That's a tough injury for a 40-year-old to come back from.
Now they're turning defense into offense, going the other way. It's Austin Reeves in the corner. It's a 7-point game with 5 minutes to go. A few plays later, still a 7-point game. Hachimura, no. Luka Doncic, it wasn't his night, but he gets this one to go. It's a 5-point game. Next play, Warriors possession. Where are you going? What, are you kidding?
Where do you think?
It is Steph and the Warriors by 7. 2 minutes left. Still 7.
Dagger.
Steph, again, huge shot. 10-point lead. Ensuing Lakers possession. Not going away. LeBron, inside of 2 minutes. Right in the face of Draymond Green. He loves it. Lakers down 7. A minute to go in the fourth. It's a 9-point game. Reeves crossing up Steph. It's a 6-point game. Here we go. 5 points is the margin. 30 seconds left. Lakers with a chance. We got a steal. We got a kick. We got a pretty good look for Dorian Finney-Smith, but it will not go. And that was their last best gasp. LeBron would have 33 points. Austin Reeves 31. Steph 37. And the Warriors hold on to win it 123-116. A huge night in the NBA and exactly the game we were hoping these two heavyweights would give us. Let's say it directly. This Warriors team is going to be a tough out in the playoffs. Since Jimmy Butler made his debut on February 8th, Golden State is 20-4, but that's not giving them nearly enough credit. They are 19-2 when Butler and Curry play together, and Steph has been brilliant. He's averaging 28 points a game since they got Jimmy Butler. That is up from 22 before the deal was made. Put your feet up. We got a lot of time to get to all this. I'm not taking a break for a while. Windman, this was a big night. Felt like a big night last night. Where do we begin?
Yeah, a huge moment for the Warriors. They were in position where they could really go either way. As well as they've played, there's no margin for error. They're playing the 6th game of a road trip, 14 days in, Greeny. They come into the Lakers. They have been 0-3 against the Lakers this year. They've been awesome on their home floor in crypto, and they deliver an absolute brilliant performance. Steph Curry, 37 points in 34 minutes. What else could you ask for him? And then Brandon Pajemski, who we look at that record with Curry and Butler, but when Brandon Pajemski has been in the starting lineup with Moses Moody and their other big three, these guys are 12-0. Pajemski outplayed Luka Doncic in LA last night. This was a game that in the fourth quarter, both teams were desperate to win, and it was the Warriors that made the bigger plays, and that gets them in great position and buys them some margin for error going into 2 more huge games this week, starting tonight at home against Denver.
Jay Will, what was the first thing you said to me in our call this morning about the best player on the floor last night?
That it was easily Steph Curry. And this is the best rivalry that we have right now in the NBA between the Golden State Warriors and the Lakers because of the history of LeBron James and Steph. Now, LeBron James did his thing down the stretch that is going to prove to something to be a challenge of Golden State to stop with his size and his physicality. But look, them not having a rim protector, the way Steph is able to space out the floor, the way they're able to utilize him in continuity, and like Wendy said, Pajemski making shots from the outside, carrying the load in the first quarter to keep them in the game. But Steph Curry continues to prove that he is playing at an outer-world pace right now, and he's one of the reasons why people are going to choose him to end up in the Western Conference Finals.
Again, Steph with 34 last night, and you were talking to me this morning, Shams, about chemistry. This Golden State team looks like they feel like maybe know that they've got something.
Their camaraderie is at a level it had never been throughout the year. And it starts with hope, it starts with optimism, but it starts with little things like going to soccer games together. It starts with going to dinners together, spending nights out till 3, 4 in the morning for Stephen Curry's birthday party with the big three, Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, and Jimmy Butler, spending that time together. There was trepidation going into acquiring Jimmy Butler. How would he mesh with Draymond Green? How would he mesh with Stephen Curry? He's a different type of player than they've had there, but he's completely bought in and he's completely been able to lead this team. He's made players around him better, and that's something Jimmy Butler's done over the course of his career. And what I saw last night as well is Jonathan Kuminga. The way he played, the numbers speak for themselves. He's closing games for them. That was really their last hurdle, is him. Draymond Green spoke to it after the game, like, we've challenged him. We want him to play in the dunker spot, slashing, cutting. That's really where they feel like he thrives in their offense.
He had 18 points and 9 rebounds last night.
Yeah, the supporting cast in Golden State. It's amazing how we spent so much time, and for obvious reasons, the Luka trade and what it meant for LeBron, rejuvenating his career and ability to win a championship. But what you're seeing in Golden State is exactly the same thing for Steph Curry and for the Warriors. Is it rejuvenates their ability to try to believe that they can win another championship. They have built a roster with great supporting cast, but now you've got another winner on that team. And what that's done for Draymond Green's attitude and personality and what you see on the floor, they are a much different team.
Great night, Golden State. Bad night, Luka Doncic. 6 of 17 from the floor, 0 for 6 from 3. First time in 114 games for him that he has failed to make a 3. On defense, as the primary defender, the Warriors shot 55% from the floor against Luka, including 6 of 12 from 3. And afterwards, Luka was honest in his own assessment, and so was his coach.
That performance for me is unacceptable. When I play like that, it makes for the team harder to win. So just got to figure that out.
Luka just 6 for 17 tonight, and then defensively it felt like they were targeting him a lot in pick and rolls. What did you make of his night on both sides?
Wasn't his night.
That's a man of few words, but they're all beauties. Windman, what are the right things to say about Luka this morning?
This is exactly the type of game that the Lakers got Luka for, to carry them over the top, and that just didn't happen. And, Austin Reeves was brilliant in this game. He had 20 points in the fourth quarter. LeBron played his best game since he hurt his groin. Far and away his best shooting game in weeks on end. Those guys brought it. Rui Hachimura, brilliant game. When you're going to try to beat the Warriors at this point, in my view, Greeny, the Warriors are basically the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. That's not to insult anybody when you look at their records. But if you're going to try to beat them in a series, you need Luka to be great. And down the stretch of this game, they took advantage of Luka's defense, and he was not able to make any impact on offense. He needed to make 2 plays in the fourth quarter, Greeny, and the Lakers might have been able to get over the hump. He was not a factor, and the Warriors made it very clear. When they play the Lakers, they are going to isolate and target Luka on defense. That is one of the reasons Steph had such a good game, and if Luka can't make up for it at the other end, the math falls apart.
Jay, how about Luka?
Look, not only yesterday did the stock market take a hit with these tariffs, but also Luka's stock took a major hit. This is a concerning issue, guys, that we've been talking about. If you're going to be a liability on the defensive end, then you need to be prolific on the offensive end. His last 5 games, he's been shooting below 50% from the field, and he's one of the most least efficient volume shooters since he's joined the Lakers. So if you're not going to be prolific and carry the load offensively, teams are going to attack you defensively. And what Golden State did defensively, they didn't play in drop coverage, which allows Luka to be surgical and tactical in his approach, because that's where he can dissect you. They switched everything, and you have bigs on the perimeter guarding Luka, contesting shots late, and that's why his efficiency is low.
Jay, your 401k is going to be all right, and so is the future of the Lakers, okay? It's one thing not to worry about is these are games that guys have, stars have. We see it a lot. He had a bad game. That's what JJ said. You try to shoot your way out of it. He couldn't. He wasn't the only one. Dorian Finney-Smith couldn't make a shot either, and that hurt them. The others that we talk about, they've got to make shots in the moment. I still trust Luka Doncic in the 7-game series to not have more than one of these games or any of these games when the lights are the brightest. Some of these shots are open looks that you would expect him to make. He was just off. It was just not a good game, but it's an isolated situation for me. I'm not overreacting to this at all.
Alan, it's been multiple games already this year.
Trust him for what, Alan?
Well, Jay, will hang on one second. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, it's piggyback off. It's been multiple games where afterward, Luka Doncic is like, I need to play better.
Yeah.
I didn't play as well. And that's interesting. I don't know how often we saw that from Luka in Dallas.
Never.
I think here, I mean, statistically, his lowest points per game since his rookie year. And as a Laker, he's shooting the worst field goal percentage of his career. I'm on the side of the fact that he knows, he's very cognizant where he's playing, where he's at. I expect him to perform better and play better.
The pressure thing is the thing after the trade we talked about. How much it's going to be on him, because we all know when things go wrong, it's his fault, not LeBron.
Quick final word, Jay, for the moment.
Yeah, my question with Alan when he said, I still trust Luka to do what? To get the LA Lakers to the NBA Finals, the Western Conference Finals? What is your trust level for where that translates to success for the Lakers?
All right, hold this thought. That's an excellent tease.